I'm a cameraman because when I'm with the actor, every take is different from another. And for me, to be in camera, it's like a dance with the actor, and we invent. And I like to be surprised by what's happening, and sometimes when I'm in camera, I go to see details that maybe the actor does without conscience in that moment. So maybe I can go to shoot, when he's talking, I can go to the end in that moment, because maybe for me, the end in that moment say much more than what he's saying. I say an example. So it's a very emotional, the way I work in camera. That's why I prefer to be in camera, and instead of say to someone else, go and shoot there or shoot, because I would be always in late. I came from paintings. I was a painter and photographer, so that's when I decide to make a movie, it's always visual, the first step for me. I start to have clear in mind the figurative idea of the movie. Another things that I do, and I recommend, I shot in sequence, like in theater in a way. So from scene 1 to scene 100. So the character can follow all the journey of his character, and also can tell me how his feelings about the develop of the story. So the screenplay, it's important, but I'm always ready to betray the screenplay, not the soul of the screenplay, but the surface, you know, in a way. So that is another thing that for me is very, very important. And I think Agnello Arena, that come from theater, had a strong help from this way of work, because it was not so different from the way how he work in theater. And another thing that I do, it's save money before. If I have 100, I save 20 to go back to shoot after editing. I always go back to shoot after editing. I shoot, I editing, and then I make screening with people that I trust, and then always I realize that there is part that are not working very well. Unfortunately, I've done 7 movies, and for 7 times I went to reshoot, and always I was convinced that it was not necessary when I was shooting the first time, and then always I realized that was very important. And also in reality, I went to reshoot for 10 days, many parts that were not clear. So for me, it's very important to do this.
were some of your creative inspirations when you were first beginning?
I don't think I had creator. I was so uncertain that I would be able to do this job that maybe I was more egocentric and thinking that how could it be possible that I could interest somebody. And plus, the first time I went to Paris to do a theater stage, I was 17 years old and I got my degrees. And my parents made me a gift, and they gave me 2 weeks in a theater school. So I was like thrilled. I didn't want to become an actress, I couldn't have said that thing, it was not even possible. But I was in an area in Paris, and every morning and every evening when I was going and coming back from the theater, there was just the most gorgeous women, young women in the world. They were just beautiful and tall, and so I was like, don't even dream of becoming an actress, because you are too nothing, And I realized at the end of these 2 weeks that in fact I was living at 50 meters from the elite agency, which is like the biggest top model agency in the world. But for me, that was Paris. It was like, whew, it can't happen to you.